people, na president wan talk o, mo lis ten to am. Abeg make una subscribe, lis ten to your president.
Rather than what is popular, was a quiet courage, a righteousness that never announced itself. His patriotism was lived more in action than in words. From before the independence, he became a young soldier in the struggle to keep our nation whole. In war and in peace, he served with the vigilance and determination, as if the task of watching over Nigeria has been assigned to him alone of public service. We honor his service, reflect on his legacy, and pray for the peaceful repose of his soul. May Gasuke, the people's general, the former president, your duty is done. May Almighty Allah forgive his shortcomings and grant him Al-Jannah Firdaus. May his life continue to inspire generations of Nigerians to serve with courage, conviction, and selflessness.
Moments after the expanded special FEC meeting finished, and the national anthem was supposed to be taken, and photographs were supposed to be taken with the family of the late Muhammadu Buhari, President Bola Tinubu made an announcement on the change of name of the University of Maiduguri in honor of late President Muhammadu Buhari. The institution will now be known as Muhammadu Buhari University, Maiduguri. The President, Bola Tinubu, has renamed the University of Maiduguri, popularly called UNIMAID, is now going to be renamed and known now in honor of President Muhammadu Buhari as Muhammadu Buhari University, Maiduguri. Before we get into our first conversation tonight, let's serve you with some of your political roundup stories.
Justice Marianne Aneni of the Federal Capital Territory High Court says the international passport of the Emir Pass Governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, was not in the court's custody but in the custody of the Federal High Court, Abuja. Justice Aneni said this at the resumed hearing on the alleged money laundering case instituted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission against the former governor. She held that the court would have considered the application for the release of the defendant's travel documents if it were to be in his custody. After the ruling, Justice Aneni adjourned the case to October 8th for continuation of hearing. Former Liberian President Mr. George Weah says the death of former President Muhammadu Buhari is a great loss to not just Nigeria but Africa. Speaking after signing the condolence register in honor of the late President Buhari at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Abuja, Mr. Weah described him as a true Democrat and ally who immensely contributed to the success of his administration as former Liberian president. He called on Nigerians to honor the legacy of President Buhari and uphold the virtues he stood for.
His Excellency, as I would call him, my big brother, was president. We worked together, and I heard that he passed. So on my visit, I just wanted to come and sympathize with the government of Nigeria.
A 3-day Fidal prayer was offered for the repose of the soul of the late former President Muhammadu Buhari, who died on Sunday in a London hospital. The prayer session, which took place at Buhari's residence in Denmark, was attended by the Vice President Kashim Shettima, former Vice President Namadi Sambo, Governor Diko Rada, and the former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Ambassador Babagana Kingibe. Also present were the Emirs of Katsina, Daura, Bade, Sultan of Maradi from Niger Republic, former Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami Eseyen, and Ambassador Adamu Daura. At a consultation meeting with APC stakeholders in Erua, Ibarapa East local government area of Oyo State, Leaders of the party say all communities within Ibarapa are being sensitized. The member representing Ido Ibarapa East at the House of Representatives, Honorable Remi Oseni, while addressing his constituents, says the renewed hope agenda of President Tinubu is a game changer that will ensure victory for the party in the next elections. The national chairman of the National Rescue Movement, Mr. Tinubu, has been reacting to a group called Nigerian National Rescue Movement, urging the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar to contest the 2027 presidential election. Mr. Obi is insisting that the group is hiding under the banner of the NRM to carry out ulterior aims, describing the news as fake and warning them against using the name of the party to carry out their personal interests.
That someone will use the name of a political party because it knows National Rescue Movement is where every Nigerian wants to go to, or the thing the country requires today, wants to sit on that platform to perpetrate illegality. Because to say you adopt a candidate of a party that has not even expressed interest.
You are now up to speed with your top political stories across the nation. So let's begin. There's been a lot of reactions trailing the exit of the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar from the People's Democratic Party, PDP. The letter emerged yesterday of the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar to exit out of the PDP. And today, your state governor, Governor Seyi Makinde, has been speaking about the exit of the former Vice President. The governor of Oyo State is saying that the exit is of no consequence and the former Vice President is free to leave the party. He was talking to journalists after delivering a lecture in Akure, Ondo State capital.
Politics is a game of interest. I don't think that will make any dent on PDP as a party. PDP is an institution, right? You have freedom of entrance and exit. But I think anyone that will hold PDP down is better for such individuals.
Indeed, what are the consequences, or is there any major impact the exit of the former Vice President could have on the PDP? Well, you know that this is not the very first time. Way back into when he was Vice President, he had exited the party. At some point, he also ran on the platform of the ACN as president, and again went back into the PDP and exited the PDP in the time of Goodluck Jonathan. And when there was the new PDP, they went into the merger with the APC, and now he left shortly after the APC won the election and saw Muhammadu Buhari becoming president. And he ran for election in 2019 and again in 2023 on the platform of the People's Democratic Party. And yesterday, the letter surfaced of the exit of the former vice president. So let's look at the implications and what impact this could have on one of the biggest political parties in Nigeria that is now being emptied or emptying gradually into all the political parties. I'm being joined today with one of the few that is left in the party. It's perhaps one person that says he will not leave the party. Elder statesman and board of trustee member, Chief Olabode George, is live for us in Lagos. Thank you so much, Chief George, for joining us tonight.
Yeah, Shehu, it's always my pleasure.
It appears you are just one of the few that is left in the PDP. A lot of your friends and colleagues in the party seem to have, they're leaving the party in droves. And a major person in the PDP that is left is Atiku Abubakar. So there are those who were asking the question, what is left of the PDP? The party seems to be finished.
Shehu, let me tell you something. I told you before in one of our discussions, this party is an Iroko tree. when you get into the forest, when Iroko tree stands in the middle of that forest, no matter the storm that goes, some of the lighter trees would have been uprooted and be gone. The Iroko tree can lose one or two branches, but at the end of the storm, it remains solid and sturdy. Now, you said people are living in drones. Who are the people? I have been in this party right from the beginning. I have been chairman of National Convention, Director General of the Presidential Campaign. I have traversed the length and breadth of this country. I have snaked around this country campaigning. And I know there is hardly any village you get to where you will not hear PDP. So if you're talking about an individual does not make a party. Our party is not the private fiefdom of anybody. Like the governor of Oyo just told you, in our party, you want to go, please, you go. If you want to come in, come. But there are laws, we have a constitution, we have a norm, we have a process. If you cannot obey the rules of the party, then please go. You just told the public, the listening public now, that he's been in and out of that party about 3 or 4 times. So what? He should remain as one of the founding fathers. If your house is leaking or you need to repair it, you stick in there, make sure that it is well repaired and solid. A rolling stone gathers no moist. It doesn't gather anything. What are you looking for? It's a confirmation to me. He's my friend, he's my younger brother, and I've advised severally. Public perception of the party is more important than your private enterprise or your private interest. Let us convince Nigerians that the only party that could withstand the storm that is blowing, both economic, agriculture, infrastructure storm that are blowing through this country now, will require people with in-depth knowledge, with commitment to the people, not to yourself. I have spoken to him and I'm still advising him. What are you running after to do? Because of the rules in our party, it means all you are interested in is that you want to contest as for presidential candidature. And the rules in our party is very clear. Once a presidential candidate emerges from the north, he spends 8 years. After the 8 years, it must come down to the south. I didn't write it. The founding fathers found a solution to the perennial tribal and religious madness in this country. And they decided that whether you are a minority tribe or majority tribe, you are a Nigerian. So they were building a country that will become a nation. And if you think it is your private fiefdom that is more important than the corporate interests of this country, good luck to you. And if you think people are living in drones, you should sit down. I'm a general. When you go to your tactical table, what exactly is attracting them to jump in ship?
So
it's
Chief,
not their
Chief
private
Judge,
fiefdom, what is it? What is it that is there?
Yeah, Chief Judge.
You tell me, what is it? What have they done? The APC or APC?
Just a moment. Let me, if I may jump in.
Yes.
You maybe, just maybe, you are fixated about the former profile of the PDP. You describe the party as an Iroko tree. But if you look at the pictures right on the screen, and our viewers can see, when the ADC met, nearly half of the three quarter of the room is filled with PDP members, from Senator Ben Obi to Dino Melaye to Aminu Tambuwal. and a host of those who really make up the PDP. Are you not mistaken in describing the PDP in what it used to be? And perhaps those who have seen that a party can no longer achieve on the national stage what they dream of it achieving. And that's the reason why the likes of Atiku Abubakar has left. And a lot of them who are there seems to now have aligned themselves with the new opposition coalition platform, the ADC.
Now, let me tell you something. I don't want to go into the details. All those people you found around Atiku were the same people that created the mayhem, that created the crisis that this party found itself. In that convention, on that convention day, David Mark was the chairman of the convention. Ayu was there. At the meetings we have had, they were also his friends. Now, look, who was the chairman? They manipulated that convention. And at the end of the day, Ayu was the chairman of the party. I went to Ayu's house. These are his friends. They can go with him if they want to. I want to see the resignation of all these other people because we were told that they called a meeting of elders. That's why some of these women you saw and some of these people you saw were there. It was only when they got there that they were told, oh, this is a meeting of those who now are thinking of doing this and doing that. That's the report we got. Let the will of the people prevail. The Nigerians will know who to vote for. If you keep rolling around like a rolling stone, you gather no moss. And I'm advising him. What is it? He said that, oh, the BDP's picture is not the same like it was. Let me tell you something. If you take the percentage of those people, and we got to be extremely very careful. Now, don't let us revisit the amalgamation scenario of 1914. Majority of those people you found there are from the northern part of this country, from our party. And I am appealing to them. 8 years of General Buhari, we will have 8 years of the Southern presidency. That is the way it was configured. That's the way it was built. That's the way the system of PDP has been. If you go to our constitution, section 7, subsection 3C is explicit. If what they are doing now, if it's a southerner who tries to do that, there will be mayhem also in this country. And I want to tell you, when Baba Obasanjo was living in 2007, Atiku would have automatically been the presidential candidate, free of any encumbrances. Why didn't he get the ticket at that time? Ask him. What happened? He headed out to his friend, whether they were deceiving themselves. All that went together. At the end of the day, who now is in the villa? He was in Lagos. He told us that he had to apologize to us because he was part of those who manipulated the result to put Bola Tinubu perpetually there. So who is now in the villa? We must have the fear of God in us. In everything you do in life, everything, you can see the lesson we should learn from Baba Buhari's demise. God first, your neighbor second, and then you. That is the doctrine, the discipline of life.
Chief George, let me take you to a bit of analysis, just for a moment,
right.
sir. Okay. There are those who have come on this program and said the only way that it can be defeated in 2027 is if you get someone from the north to battle him. That with a southern candidate from the opposition, Bola Tinubu will sweep the vote. APC will win any of the candidate coming from any political party. And I know that you are one of those who said that the ticket of your party should go to the south. Those who are thinking in that direction, perhaps There are those who also say, look, Atiku leaving the PDP is a clear signal that he wants to run in 2027, and perhaps his launch pad is the opposition platform, the ADC. What do you make of those permutations?
That is, as an engineer, when you start planning of falsehood, you are building your house on a false foundation. What happens to it when there's a little storm? The procedure as stipulated in the constitution of our party cannot allow anybody from the north to contest until 2031. So the last time they manipulated the whole thing and he got the ticket. What happened? I told you something. He was vice president to Baba Obasanjo. Who would have been president? What happened? So, when people start telling you guys stories, they tell you the stories that will suit you or suit them. Go back into the archives. Go back into the history. Why is he running around? He would have been president on 2007 and he would have forgotten that he is there. So for every election, that runs against the concept, the principles as laid down by the founding fathers of our party. You cannot. There will be zoning and rotation. 8 years of all positions in the north, 8 years of all positions in the south. Basic. That is a very, very simple reason, but important, and it has a very positive impact on the minds of the majority of Nigerians. Because the first republic of this country collapsed because majority had their way, minorities were mere onlookers. Second republic, the same thing. Majority had their way, minorities were onlookers. They now came up with a concept that it is not novel, because that is what is done also in Switzerland. They came up with a concept where every Nigerian, whether you are a minority tribe or majority tribe, will have access. Because God didn't create you because you came from a minority tribe, that your brain also and your wisdom will be minority. No, that is not the way to run this goddamn good country. This country is for all of us. There must be a commitment, a legitimate commitment that every Nigerian has a right to be the head of this country. And the only way you can do it is this concept.
Chief George,
it was borrowed from Switzerland. In Switzerland, they have three major tribes. The Germans in Zurich, the French in Geneva, the Italians in Lugano. And they rotate the heads of the country among the three tribes. And that is the only country there had never been any crisis.
All right, Chief George, just give me a moment. Yeah, we need to go on. Yeah, just give me a moment, sir. We need to go on a break. But when we return, I'd like to get your closing thoughts on the way forward for your party. It does look like some of you are using the last nerve to push the party into survivor. But how does it survive from here? Because when we come back from the break, I will be joined by a female voice, a very strong one at that, a former women affairs minister, a former women leader of the PDP. She's part of the Patriots Conference here in Abuja. They're looking for the best way to fixing Nigeria. Chief Josephine Aneni will be joining me next. Everyone, our closing moment with Chief Olabode George. But in this now, I know it's going to be a lot of dampener for the PDP that Atiku has left. Someone like Chief Dele Momodu also left, and there are a lot of people that are not taking the party seriously now. What do you think your party should be doing right now? Because opposition's failure is a failure of our democracy.
You know what? Those who created the crisis are the ones you found outside there now, who have gone to join him. Now, we are holding our NEC meeting this coming week. And when we meet, we will discuss the programs of the party, approve all the committees that are going to be handling the convention of an elective convention of the party. And the fact that we are in a position to hold that meeting, and at the end of that meeting, you give me a call, you will see that the Roko tree has been resurrected. And there's no organization. These guys are just starting up. I don't want to say good riddance to bad rubbish, but I am appealing for now to them before it's too late. What they are absolutely longing to have is to have a platform to contest for presidency. In our own party, we have a procedure where you can contest for presidency. Once it is no longer zoned to your area, you cannot. So they are exhibiting a perpetual self-conceitedness, selfishness. It must be you, it must be me. And that's why I was saying, if it happened in the South that we are perpetually, like when Baba was president, he had the opportunity to have put somebody to take over from him.
Yeah.
Look, you know what they will call this on the pages of history in the future is existential imbecility, existential docility. You cannot be you alone. It cannot be you alone. Let him kada, let him slow down.
All right.
Allow the system to run. They don't believe in the system. All these people you mentioned, Obi, I am shocked that they will want to jump on a ship that is already sinking. They haven't even started. They haven't even gotten any route.
All right.
Look at it.
Chief George, I must sincerely thank you. Thank you so much.
I am pleading with them to be careful.
All right.
To be very careful. It has nothing to do with our party. After Thursday, you will see what the party is going to look like. Yeah. It will be a reborn. The capacity we have to be able to manage ourselves, manage the crisis, will be a measure of our competence to the public.
All right. Thank you, Chief Bode George.
You alone all the time.
Member of the Board of Trustees of the PDP, one who believes that the PDP is still an Iroko tree, although a lot of people will say, well, we can't see the tree any longer, but he said it will resurrect. He is a very strong believer on a party that almost has lost its existence, but we see how that pans out next week. Thanks so much indeed for your time tonight. Let's switch gears now and speak about the Patriots and the meeting which started yesterday. The effort at fixing and addressing Nigeria's deepening insecurity and constitutional crisis brought a coalition of elder statesmen, national icons, and respected thinkers under the banner of the Patriots, and they said to started that emergency national constitutional summit in Abuja. It's a 3-day event on which they started yesterday, led by the former Commonwealth Secretary General, Chief Emeka Anyaoku. Let's speak with one of the participants at that summit. He's a former woman leader of the People's Democratic Party and a former Minister of Women Affairs, Chief Josephine Aneni. Thank you so much indeed. It's good to see you on the program tonight.
Thank you, Sheung.
Yeah. Are you still a member of the PDP, though?
I am a foundation member, an everlasting member.
Everlasting?
A life Board of Trustee member.
Wow.
So, until I die.
For you and your family, PDP is like a family thing.
We gave birth.
It's funny.
We gave birth to PDP. PDP is a child from my womb, me particularly. So.
You are going nowhere.
I can't throw away my Peking.
But were you at the ADC meeting?
Of course, I was there. It wasn't an ADC meeting. It was a meeting of PDP elders. We met, and if you look at it, there was no ADC member in that meeting at the Nikon, at the Hilton Hotel. It was, us. And that was where we even knew what the agenda was. The agenda was, there's this coalition that people are talking about. What do you think? What do we do? And then everybody expressed their their opinion. I was there.
Did they invite you to join the ADC?
ADC was not mentioned on that day.
But what about the coalition, the opposition
People
coalition?
were talking about coalition. And for me, what I understood, you know, when I hear a new word, I run to my dictionary to check.
What did you find
What
out?
is coalition? Coalition is parties coming together for one purpose. For one purpose. If the purpose is to unseat, you know, the ruling party at the 2007 elections, that is the purpose. That parties can come together for that. It didn't tell me that it meant that I will have to shed my toga of PDP, or that I have to kill the party, or that I have to deregister PDP. No.
So you're sticking with the PDP, either it dies or sinks.
I'm sticking with PDP until the day, you know, we are now in a quasi-military democratic era.
Really? Now? Is that
You
what
don't
we're
know.
operating now?
We say we're operating democracy,
Yeah.
but the things that are happening are the things that happen under the military era.
Like what?
Like many things, everything that is happening, you know.
Under the Tinubu government?
Politics today, you know politics more than I am.
I know. You've been in politics forever.
So you know that we have not been practicing democracy as it's supposed to be.
Did it just start? It started since 1999.
It didn't start. Well, it didn't start in 1999 because 1999 we were transiting from military to democracy, and then we started. But along the you know, as we went along, we started derailing. We started, the politics started being militarized. And I used to say then that they are militarizing our politics, you know, where the democracy we were taught was that democracy is government of the people by the people. Then it now started becoming a government of some people dictating. And you will say, where was this decision taken? They will tell you, oh, it's consensus. Oh, it was taken by some people. And, you know, I saw the change. I saw it coming. So it's not about APC.
I think it's worse right now.
It's getting worse and it will be worse unless something is done to stop it.
Is that the reason why the Patriots are meeting?
The Patriots are meeting. And because are looking at our constitution, or what we say is our constitution, the 1999 document that is our constitution, and we find that it is not helping us. It's not government of the people. From the beginning of the citation, it says we the people, you know, made this constitution, and we didn't make it. It's an Abdul Salami constitution.
Well, Abdul Salami is a Nigerian.
It's Abdul Salami, the people of Nigeria. The people of Nigeria, you, me, all of us, all the ethnic nationalities coming together to agree.
But there was a constitution drafting committee led by a former justice of the Supreme Court.
No, it was late Mwabweze, I think.
No, it was the chair of that committee.
Yes.
There were
yes.
submissions being taken from Semen. So there were talks about 1979 constitution.
What it was that it was the military that put them together. They were not elected.
But someone would have put them together?
That's what I'm telling you now. It's not our constitution. What we're asking now is that they should please convoke a constituent assembly. That constituent assembly will be the people. Because the constituent assembly will be made up of representative from, that's what we are discussing now. Is it going to be representative from every ethnic nationality? So that when they come together and now put up draft the constitution and agree on the constitution, nobody will say they were left out. Is it going to, the constituent assembly that we are asking for, is it going to be using the 36 states, existing states, and the already senatorial areas we have? We will now say, okay, on a non-partisan basis, let every state elect 3 people to, you know, Then you know.
I'm bothered though.
Then,
you know why I'm bothered?
Yes.
In modern and recent time, we've seen something that looks like this. And it looks like deja vu, isn't it? When I hear about some of these things, and remember 2014, Jonathan, there was a 2014 confab.
Yes, I was a member of that confab.
Where over 400 Nigerians gathered together in Abuja for several weeks, about 3 or 4 months. And they came together with that document, still gathering dust in some office in the presidential villa. Why should we now go about this journey again?
A robust, you know, argument we had. And every interest group was represented. Representatives.
So why is the Patriots wanting Nigeria to go through that route again?
Because
since we have a document that you were part of it.
That is what we are now saying, recommending. Our recommendation at the end of today, even though the conference, we haven't tied it up. But what we are saying is that the 1960 Constitution, 1963 Republican Constitution, which we say is okay. Then forget about the 1979. Then we take
79 is what we developed.
Then we take
to what we are having.
We take the 1999, which is a schedule to a decree. This constitution is actually a schedule to decree 24. Of the military people that we are now calling our constitution, and that they prefixed with a lie that we the people of Nigeria. Now, so we are asking that 60, 63, 99 documents, then the resolutions of the 2014 confab, and any other, you know,
Justice Waste Committee report,
any other reports like. You know, since 1999, they have been having amendments, you know, constitutional amendments by the National Assembly. So any other, they now put all